Hansa, the infiltration of the dark web.
Daniel just bought ecstasy on Hansa. It's one of the largest darknet markets, offering drugs, weapons, malware, stolen credit card info, and more.
Bro, but I always ask, I feel like every time I watch something having to do with the dark web, how do you know that you're actually buying legit drugs and you're not buying drugs from a cop, or that they're just going to send you some fake shit? Like, you're on the dark web. It's kind of like an anything goes type shit, you know? Like, you could be talking to a cop. You're like risking that. I feel like it's not worth it. I'd rather go buy ecstasy from a drug dealer than risk buying that shit on the dark web and just bank that I'm getting it from a legit guy.
Unfortunately, Daniel's order doesn't go as planned. He gets into an argument with the vendor, Dutch Candy Shop. It goes nowhere.
Dutch Candy Shop?
So Daniel does what any frustrated customer would do. He contacts customer support.
They got a customer support on the dark web? That's a thing. I feel like that's the only area where, like, customer support probably wouldn't exist.
Moderator steps in to help, but the dispute escalates. So the mod calls for an admin. The admin replies quickly, calms the situation down, and solves the problem within minutes. Hansa's service is smooth, professional, and efficient. The admin in particular is good at his job. But he's even better at his real job, working undercover for the Dutch police's high-tech crime unit. They've successfully infiltrated Hansa's servers and taken over operations. Unbeknownst to anybody in the digital underworld, they're dismantling the site's promises of anonymity, identifying vendors, reading supposedly encrypted chats, and tracking their home addresses. But all it takes is one wrong message, one small mistake, and they could realize he's a fraud.
But are they arresting people that are buying the drugs or the people that are distributing them?
The story of one of the boldest international police investigations of all time, likely the largest trap in darknet history. This is...
I gotta say as well, I don't understand what the dark web is. I've watched multiple videos on it, and I still don't get it. Is it, it's not a website. It's like, what is the dark web? Like it's not a web browser. Like, where do you, it feels like an alleyway in Google at 3 a.m. Like, how do you access the dark web? How do you get on the dark web? Onion? I don't know what Onion is. Like, you gotta realize I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to this shit. Use Tor browsers. Yeah, bro. And then, like, yo, you know what's crazy, too, is some of y'all be on the dark web.
It's 2017, and law enforcement is having a tough time. Darknet markets are on the rise. They offer completely new ways for criminals to sell their goods and services, and tracking down who's behind them is hard. The operators hide behind layers of anonymity and encryption. After years of investigation, in 2013, law enforcement in the United States finally caught their first darknet king, Ross Ulbricht, the mastermind behind the infamous Silk Road.
The black market bazaar known as the Silk Road is now offline, and the founder behind bars.
But how much was he selling? Like, how much was this guy fronting? Like, I need to know numbers here. Was this guy making $20 million a year fucking selling shit on the dark web? Like, was he just the one that was setting this shit up that people could use it? Like, how's this work?
Victory was short-lived. Just 35 days later, former Silk Road moderators launched
millions of dollars in Bitcoin.
Silk Road 2.0. When old kings fall, new ones rise.
Trump pardoned him? No.
The number of dark
really?
Net markets exploded.
Wow, he pardoned him in January 21st, 2025. He operated the Silk Road, the first modern darknet marketplace, from 2011 to 2013. So he started that. He was guilty of drug trafficking, money laundering, and computer hacking. He served 11 years. How much money did Ross Ulbricht have? Tens of millions, it just says.
Alphabay appeared in 2014, and it grew exponentially. About a year after its launch, the site claimed it had over 200,000 registered users and 40,000 vendors. Now, it processes more than $500,000 in transactions every single day.
Wow.
Alphabay is bigger than Silk Road ever was. Its operator, Alpha 02, is crowned the new king of the darknet. a global manhunt ensues to bring him down. We covered that story in one of our first videos in this channel. How time flies. May 2017. A team of US investigators arrives at Europol headquarters in The Hague. They're here to meet with other law enforcement agencies. They share updates on their investigations and make sure no toes get stepped on. The Americans kick things off. They're in a good mood. The team believes they've found Alphabet's server and its operator. All clues point to Thailand.
I just feel like it's so hard. Like, people always go, okay, yeah, he's operating the dark web, he's making millions of dollars, and now he's just rich. But it's like, it's beyond that. Like, not only does he have to hide himself and operate the dark web, or like the Alpha 2 marketplace, but he's also like, the money that he's making, he has to money launder in some way. It's like, crypto makes that easier now, but like, how is he buying shit? Like, the government's gonna go, what do you fucking do? You know, why are you worth millions of dollars?
Now they're about to make their move.
You need to clean the money. And there's probably ways to do that crypto-wise. I don't know.
You might have noticed, we got reenactments now, just to step it up a notch. Organizing shoots like these is pretty complicated, and there's so many moving parts because of the sliders. Get it?
And I do want to say, this is a side note, Fern was bought by private equity, and a lot of people are like, ew, boo, private equity. Like, private equty is you have to have a nuanced take, bro. You can't just go, it's good or bad. Because there's certain instances where it's bad, but in this sense, it's like, bro, they just have such a big crew now that they use to have higher production value things, you know? And I know they're doing a sponsor now, but it's like crazy that they're doing, like live action reenactment.
Coffee break, the technical advisor to the Dutch prosecutor's office takes the stage. He starts with an update on their current investigations into Hansa. As he shares more and more details, the room begins to buzz with excitement. And then he suggests something truly insane. Every device that connects with the internet has an IP address. This unique address allows it to be identified so it can send and receive data. An IP address can also give away rough location details, like the city your laptop is in and who your internet provider is. That's why Daniel likes to use the Tor browser. Tor works with layered encryption. Before Daniel's data enters the network, it's encrypted multiple times, wrapped in layers like an onion. Then Tor routes...
Oh, onion. I got it. No, this isn't an ad. This is just what he's using. This actually does feel like a good promo for Tor, though. This makes Tor seem a lot... Like, even if you're not surfing the dark web, this seems, like, better than Google.
3 random servers in the Tor network, so-called relays. Daniel's traffic hops from one relay to the next. Each relay peels away a layer of encryption, revealing only where Daniel's traffic should go next. The final server in the chain is the exit relay. It sends the request to the public internet. The site Daniel connects to will only see the IP of that exit relay, not Daniel's real one. Tor also stops websites from tracking and building a profile on the user by making it more difficult to see who they are and what they're looking at. When he closes the browser, its cookies and history are automatically wiped. Sites can also be hosted within the Tor network. They use special .onion domains and are only accessible over secure Tor connections. The anonymity Tor offers is crucial for journalists, activists living in authoritarian regimes, and whistleblowers. But it's also great for users like Daniel, who want to buy
crack online. For users like Daniel who want to get high out of their fucking mind. Daniel's going to go on the dark web and buy ecstasy that's going to get shipped in a discreet package right to his door.
Drugs or other illicit goods, and for the people selling them. Darknet markets usually take even more precautions.
But then that's even fucking sketchier, bro. You're ordering ecstasy on the dark web and you're going, yeah, I don't know you, but ship it here.
Along with Tor, users and vendors communicate via encrypted chats and use relatively anonymous payment methods like crypto. These layers of protection make it hard for
Can I pay you in Trump coin?
Law enforcement to track down the real location of a darknet market server, its operator, or individual vendors and buyers. Hard, but not impossible. If law enforcement identifies where chunks of Tor infrastructure are located, they can monitor these relays, sometimes for years. They measure the timing and size of traffic as it exits a Tor node. Then they correlate this with data provided by internet service providers, ISP data, the info connected to your IP address, is often available to law enforcement. For example, a user keeps connecting to the Tor network at certain times. Very briefly afterward, traffic of the same size exits a specific node.
Oh my god, and they're able to trace it back to that person by looking at both the entry and the exit?
Chances are, that traffic belongs to that specific user. This is how German authorities were able to track down one of the people behind a pedophile darknet platform.
Wow.
Tor explicitly warns users about traffic correlation and timing analysis, as it does not defend against such a threat model. But, well, none of that was even necessary in Hansa's case. The operators simply done goofed.
What is it? What is Hansa? I don't understand Hansa. Is Hansa just the group that sells these drugs?
It's the fall of 2016, roughly 9 months before the FBI starts to close in on Alpha 02. Researchers from Bitdefender, a private cybersecurity company working with Europol, discover something in a Dutch data center. A weird server. It looks like it's used for staging. Staging servers are essentially test labs. Developers use them to try out new features before pushing them live. This server contains code, configs, and backups. They all link to a Tor frontend. It seems to be used for a darknet market.
Bro, it's too much. 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 I can't even, bro, when I run my fucking Minecraft server and I have to buy a dedicated server for that, and I'm like, okay, so my Minecraft server is actually being hosted in like fucking Tallahassee, Florida, in some fucking warehouse that's like running the fucking code, and I don't understand any of this shit. Like, it's not weed brain. I don't think you understand, like, unless you actually went to college or like genuinely got educated on this shit, like, you understand very surface level things. Like, you don't understand how a server works, where all of your fucking shit's going, like any of that.
But unlike the darknet market it appears to belong to, it isn't concealed. The server isn't hidden in the Tor network. The operators seem to have just left it here, out in the open clearnet, vulnerable and unprotected. And as the researchers dig in,
So they hack into it?
they even find clues about which darknet market the staging server belongs to. Hansa. To this day, Bitdefender has never disclosed how exactly they found the server in the first place. We asked them, but they didn't respond.
Maybe somebody ratted.
Back in 2016, Bitdefender's researchers report the server to Europol, who in turn inform the Dutch authorities. For the police, it's a golden opportunity. After receiving the server's IP, they move quickly. They contact the web host, the company that provides the staging server to the Hansa admins. Then they visit the data center and install network monitoring equipment. This tech monitors all traffic going in and out of the staging server. In this way, they find out that the staging server is connected to another server in the same location. And this one is protected by Tor. And it's running Hansa's live site. They also identify other servers, 4 machines located in Germany. The investigators create bit-for-bit copies of the server drives and find a trove of evidence. It's basically the entire digital history of the darknet market. They find its source code and a key database. They gain access to the marketplace's transaction history. They find a collection of usernames and password hashes and almost every encrypted message users have sent through its anonymous system. Then the investigators hit the jackpot. On
Ron Swanson!
one of the German servers, they stumble upon logs of an internet relay chat between the 2 Hansa admins. They go by HL and Ron Swanson. 17,000 messages dating back.
Holy fuck. Are there, like, do you think there's, like, more users of the dark web in specific countries or regions? Like, I feel like a lot of these videos revolve around Europe. I feel like Europe is where a lot of these specific websites or interactions are.
Like years. In them, the investigators find both admins' full names and one home address. HL and Ron Swanson are Germans. On the servers, the Dutch also find the admins' private PGP keys. Pretty good privacy is an encryption method used to secure messages and files, and PGP keys are powerful, not something to be left lying around. They can be used to decrypt and read messages the admins receive and also verify their identities to others. With them, police could impersonate the admins. But then, the Hansa servers suddenly go silent. It seems like the admins suspect something is off. They move their site to another Tor-protected server in an unknown data center. It's a real setback for the investigation.
Yeah, and then, like, where do you go? Like, they just jumped over. It's like, how the fuck do you find that next server now? And especially if they just have something that's, like, telling them, like, oh, there's, like, certain levels. I don't know how they would know, though. Like, what made them suspicious? Like, if somebody's getting access, like, is there a notification they're getting? Or, like, some sort of, like, server overload in terms of, like, power usage or fucking just traffic in general?
The investigators know who Ron Swanson and HL are. But now, arresting them isn't enough. They want the keys to the kingdom back. They want the site itself. In their old chats, the two admins mention a Bitcoin address. They used it for paying the Dutch web host. And suddenly, there's activity on that exact address. The admins have sent Bitcoin somewhere. Using a tool called Reactor, Dutch police trace the transaction to a Bitcoin payment processor called BitPay. The company lets users spend crypto on regular goods and services. And it has an office in the Netherlands. Bingo. Dutch police sent BitPay a legal demand to disclose more information about the transaction. The company has no choice but to reveal the recipient. Turns out the Hansa admins used BitPay to pay for servers in Lithuania.
Dun, 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 no.
Everyone in the Europol meeting
in
room...
Lithuania, and then it somehow just, like, loops to Vladimir Putin in the end. And it goes to an IP address in Moscow, Russia. Dun, dun.
Listens anxiously as the Dutch technical advisor presents their findings. He says they're ready to arrest the two Hansa admins with the help of German police. But why just shut the market down? Instead, they propose something else. Something far riskier. After the arrests in Germany and with the help of the Lithuanian authorities, the Dutch police want to take over Hansa. Then, they want to run the site themselves.
And start selling the ecstasy themselves. This is a classic edging out your competitor in the marketplace. Monopoly activity. They want to run it themselves. Start selling the ecstasy themselves.
First, the Americans would take down Alphabay. As usual, users and vendors would jump to another major market, such as Hansa. They would simply continue buying and selling their drugs, weapons, hacking tools, etc., believing everything was business as usual. But now the cops would control the market.
What about the fucking admins? Wouldn't the admins be like, why are there business interactions that we had no part of?
Giant honeypot. The meeting room fills with chatter and doubt. Is this ethically okay? Law enforcement would run a darknet market. They would watch as people buy guns, stolen credit card data to steal from innocent people, and tools to hack more people and steal even more. They wouldn't stop any of it. They'd just let it happen. And what if anybody caught wind of the operation? It could...
Well, it's kind of like having trigger discipline in Valorant. The guy you let walk by might kill your teammate, but then you'll kill 3 of theirs. So, what a comparison. It's kind of like that. What do you mean? Like, if they immediately jumped on it, they wouldn't be able to stop as many people as comparable to if they let it happen for a little bit and then jump on it and shut down 5,000 people instead of 50. There's no correlation there. Yeah, there is. All right, fuck you. Maybe it was a bad analogy, dick.
To an enormous scandal. Still, it's a unique opportunity. This could fundamentally shake users' trust in these markets. Are you really messaging a moderator? Or are you talking to the police? Are you dealing with a trusted vendor? Or are you being tricked by the cops? In the end, the FBI, the DEA, Europol, and the Dutch police collectively decide it's worth the risk. Time for Operation Bayonet. Step 1. Arrest Alpha 02. On July 5, 2017, Alpha 02's time has come. Authorities have hunted him for years, ultimately identifying him as Alexandra Kaz. They've tracked him to his villa in Bangkok, where he and his wife live a life of luxury. And, crucially, the laptop he uses to log into Alphabet is here. So they come up with a plan. A gray Toyota Camry enters a dead-end street and heads toward Kaz's house. Behind the wheel is a Royal Thai police agent in civilian disguise. She tells the
You think his wife knew?
security guard she took a wrong turn.
Had to have. At least some sort of fucking knowledge on it. Doubt it? Bro, yeah, what do you mean? If they live in a life of luxury in Thailand, bro, he owns a Lamborghini Huracan. What is he saying? Yeah, I just work in finance. Yeah, sorry, I gotta do work.
She tells the security guard she took a wrong turn. Then she tries to back up, deliberately causing a minor accident. Kaz hears the bang in front of his house. He grabs his phone and rushes out. It's a mistake. He's swarmed by several officers. He tries to dash back inside, but it's too late. They find his laptop in the bedroom. It's on and unlocked.
Wow, he runs out of the fucking house with his phone from hearing that small bang.
They dig through the laptop and uncover multiple passwords for the Alphabet website and its servers. Then, they silently shut down the marketplace. No one knows why it suddenly goes offline. The FBI wants everyone in the community to believe that Alpha O2 ran off with all the crypto the site keeps in escrow, that he pulled an exit scam. Step 2. Take over Hansa. First, the Dutch need to take out.
Why didn't he pull an exit scam? I feel like that would have been better. If he built Alpha O2 up that much, pull out, get like 30 mil, and then just fucking live on that, and then nobody would be able to find you.
Out the real admins without anybody noticing. The 2 German Hansa admins are already under investigation in their home country. Along with operating one of the largest darknet markets, they're suspected of running a site for pirated ebooks and audiobooks called lul.to. The ongoing investigation into lul.to provides the perfect cover. German authorities carry out the arrests. Ron Swanson and HL are taken into custody. Hoping for reduced sentences, they hand over their passwords for Talks, a peer-to-peer chat system they use to communicate with their 4 moderators. While the 2 admins are taken into custody, Dutch agents arrive at the Hansa servers in Lithuania. They remove a hard drive from the machine. Now they can access a full backup of the Hansa database. The agents duplicate everything in their own computers, every digital component of the market. Then they begin to construct an exact clone of the site on a Dutch server. Wired describes how for the next 2 days, the investigators code their Hansa copy, barely sleeping. From early morning until well past midnight, they sit at their keyboards in a conference room in Driebergen. Pizza boxes stack up.
Fueled by pizza and Red Bull.
There are chocolate and chip wrappers everywhere. Energy cans pile higher and higher.
Oh my god, just coding. This seems like some shit out of like a fucking, like the Facebook fucking documentary. Just sitting here spam coding for fucking 6 days straight. Living of Red Bull. Oh my god, visibly offended by the smell. Oh my god, stench maxing. They haven't showered. They're just fucking fingers on the keys. Fucking Dorito dust in the laptop keys. They got duplicates just ready to go in case one PC breaks. Give me another one.
So bad that the head of investigation flees from the room after only 10 minutes. Someone brings in an air freshener, but it doesn't help. The pressure is massive. At one point, someone knocks over a soda. It spills across the conference table, heading straight for the laptop that holds all of the Hansa data. One of the agents lunges for it and saves it just in time.
Wow.
Later, a single typo in a command brings the site down. For a few long, terrifying minutes, panic fills the room. If they can't bring the site back up, the whole operation could collapse. But they manage to fix it. Then, finally, the Dutch have a fully operational copy of Hansa. It runs smoothly. The market is now live on servers in the Netherlands. Meanwhile, on Reddit, several users encourage other Redditors to migrate their business to Hansa.
Oh my god, and you could have bots doing this shit too. That's what's terrifying about like dead internet theory. You could have the cops literally going in Reddit threads, just going, yeah, I'd love Hansa. Hansa's like the best platform ever. I was buying ecstasy there, and it's so safe. You don't even need to deposit Bitcoin to even open the fucking website. It's the most trustworthy out of the dark web.
The forum moderator, I have tested most of the biggest marketplaces, and I think Hansa Market is the best option for Alpha Bay refugees.
Holy fucking narc-bot.
An editor at Reason magazine later suggests posts like these may have been written by the Dutch police.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't know for sure. A whole team of Dutch undercover agents takes turns impersonating the Hansa admins. No one on Hansa appears to have realized what's happened in the background. Users connecting to the same onion address are no longer directed to the original Hansa servers in Lithuania. Instead, they're connected to the version the Dutch have constructed on their own network. From the user's perspective, nothing appears to have changed. The site's onion address remains identical. But behind the scenes, the Dutch police are retrofitting the market. While it was initially designed to protect users' privacy, the agents now work to make it do the exact opposite. They rewrite the site's code. Usernames and passwords are now logged in plain text. They archive every message before it's encrypted with PGP. Investigators can see real shipping addresses. They also save uploaded product photos along with their metadata. Metadata looks like this and can contain info such as where a picture was taken. Useful clues to pin down vendors' real-life locations. The Dutch include boxes for shipment tracking numbers, shipping addresses, and other information. They advise vendors to keep these updated. But even with these tricks, they only identify some of the vendors. They want more. So they hold evil plan meetings, brainstorming sessions to figure out how to unmask even more vendors.
Yeah, we actually did that.
Each idea is ranked by how effective it is and how likely it is to blow their cover. At one point,
evil plan meetings. It is weird that they're like, as they're the police, they're actively doing things that are illegal to find people that are doing things that are illegal.
The Dutch delete every image on Hansa. They claim that a server failed due to a technical glitch. Vendors need to...
Is using the dark web a crime? Like, is being on the dark web a crime? Like, say you're not buying anything. Like, if you're on the dark web, no. So it's like what you're interacting with on the dark web. Is there shit on the dark web that isn't illegal? Or is it all, like, sex trafficking, drugs, fucking weird weaponry? What's on the dark web that's not drugs? Or not illegal? I bought my PC there. Why? Why? You bought your computer on the dark web? Why don't you go to like Micro Center or like Facebook Marketplace? It's cheaper? Bro, there's no way. There's no way. Cracked games, Pokemon cards. Bro, there's no way you're buying Pokemon cards on the dark web.
Through the new image's metadata, they're able to identify the locations of...
There's no way you're buying... Bro, yeah, I got a 4090 GPU and it was only $5.
Over 50 more vendors. In the final phase of Operation Bayonet, they send vendors an Excel spreadsheet containing codes. These supposedly allow vendors to retrieve the bitcoins they have stored in escrow on the market, even if the site is taken down. At first, only a few take the bait. To make it more tempting, the police add features like buyer statistics, allowing vendors to track and rank their best customers. In the top left corner of the Excel spreadsheet, the Dutch agents integrate an image of the Hansa logo. It loads from Dutch police servers. The moment someone opens the file, the server logs the requesting computer's IP address.
Wow.
Using this tactic, they identify another 64 vendors. Next, the investigators start recruiting. They look for new moderators. After reviewing experience and qualifications, they ask applicants for their home addresses, supposedly to receive a two-factor authentication token. And some actually send their home address. One applicant even jokes,
Please don't send the cops to this address. Ha 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 ha.
No.
Just kidding.
In a
Oh my god.
particularly inventive move, they send packages with stuffed pandas to moderator applicants who've only provided a drop-off address.
And they have cameras in the eyeballs. Some shit out of a fucking Fast and Furious film.
They hope the recipients will bring these cute
Oh, you're lying.
stuffed toys home. A GPS tracker hidden inside will then reveal where they live. The Dutch team has been running Hansa for 27 days now, and they still have more ideas, more tricks up their sleeve. They're hyped, but they've been operating on the dark side long enough. and prosecutors decide it's time to call it quits. Daniel is annoyed. He's been buying his drugs on Alphabay for a long time, but Alpha O2 apparently pulled an exit scam a few weeks ago. Luckily, there are alternatives. This time it's Hansa, recommended by people on Reddit. A vendor messes up Daniel's order, but Hansa customer service is great. The problem is fixed quickly. A short time later, Daniel wants to check his order again. On his screen, the Hansa logo appears, but it's no longer a ship proudly sailing. Instead, it's sunk.
The Dutch police made a fucking PNG of the Hansa ship logo sinking. Like, they spent time on that. Like, that was like, instead of just shutting down the site, they were like, yeah, we're gonna make this like a big deal.
Dutch police are shutting Hansa down. For this pivotal moment, they gather in a conference room in the Dutch police's national headquarters in The Hague. The head of the agency leans forward and presses.
Isn't it true? I don't know if this is still the case, but isn't it true that a lot of people that get caught doing like illegal cybersecurity, fucking coding shit end up getting hired by governments to find people doing that shit? Or is that like a movie trope? Because I feel like a lot of this is like the guys that are working for the Dutch police that are coding and doing this stuff could, in another lifetime, as easily be the dudes that they're trying to catch. Like, they have the knowledge to be the Hansa Market guys instead of the guys pretending to be the Hansa Market guys.
This is a big red plastic button, but it's just for show. The real action is happening here. This agent takes the darknet market offline. During their investigation,
yeah, but I know that they get a lot of people for this, but it's like, I'm assuming right now, even after this was 2017, there's probably still a million other fucking dark web marketplaces up now, right?
Dutch police claim they monitored 27,000 transactions. They collected data on 420,000 Hansa users.
And this was in 2017? People were using fucking crypto?
And obtained more than 10,000 addresses. They seized 1,200 bitcoins, which were worth around $2.3 million at the time. And they arrested several top vendors. With the seizure notice, Dutch authorities redirect visitors to a second website. Here, they've published a list of Hansa vendors using their pseudonyms and sorted into two categories: active and arrested, plus identified buyers. A warning runs across the top: active at dark markets, you have our attention.
Wow.
Dutch Candy Shop is among the vendors identified. We can only imagine what that must feel like.
This is the largest dark market web place takedown in world history.
Operation Bayonet landed a serious blow to trust among darknet users, just as the authorities had hoped. When Hansa suddenly went offline, panic rippled through the community. But after a while, things went back to normal. New darknet markets rose. They still collectively process billions of dollars per year. Meanwhile, encrypted messaging apps became popular for selling drugs. Users already
WhatsApp and Telegram
have those on their phone, so no Tor browser required.
Oh, is that what? So is the dark web just used less now and people are just getting drugs from dealers on fucking WhatsApp?
Authorities continue to struggle.
Telegram, OMFG. Well, that's the thing about like WhatsApp and Telegram as well, is there's actual business and useful shit that's used on WhatsApp and on Telegram. And then there's people that do use it for illegal shit. Telegram's the dark market. Well, Telegram's used for the dark market, but Telegram's also like, bro, I remember when I was in college, there was a group chat we had to have for Telegram for some fucking class. Like, there was, like, people just use Telegram. I use it for illegal shit. Maybe don't say that out loud in a Twitch chat, Pineapple Pancakes. All right, I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then we're gonna hop into this thing.